Hussein, but a lot of things are discussed. So many issues are discussed. And therefore, this is something, teach your children. Teach your children what is Azadari, and as I said yesterday, again and again I say it, that there does come a time that you have to tell your child, even if you have got tomorrow your lessons, whatever, but tonight you have to go. Because tonight is impress upon them in this world that there will come a time you have to make a compromise, and don't compromise your religion, don't compromise your principles. And this is the message of Karbala. Tonight is the 7th night of the month of Muharram. Tomorrow morning or at night when you get up to do your namaz shab, or you get up in the morning, when you go to do your wuzu, when you turn off your tap, when you see water, remember Karbala. Remember Karbala when you choose water tomorrow. For all the difficulties that befell the house of Imam Hussein in Karbala, put all those difficulties, all of them aside, all of them. Just think about one of it, and that is they are deprived of water. In that kind of environment, to be deprived of water, can you imagine the impact that that must have had on the children? And when you know, but a parent, when a child is sick, a parent suffers more than the child. Just think of those families. Just think of Imam Hussein. Just think of those ladies of Dal when they saw those children, the children without water. Al-Atash, Al-Atash, Al-Atash. We are thirsty, we are thirsty. And the parents are not in a position to give them water. And that also for 3 days. Just think about this. And this is what happened to the family of Imam Hussein. On the 7th, before that also, it is said, if you look at the accounts, the restrictions of water, as soon as Umar ibn Saad had come to Karbala, and as soon as they ordered that because Imam Hussein's tents were also close to the river, they had come there earlier. Umar ibn Saad's command was that remove your tents. And therefore they removed the tents. And they had a lot of difficulties to get water since then. It is on the 7th that there came a complete ban that now you cannot have any water at all. And this is what Ahlul Bayt had to go through. Up to the day of Ashur, we saw that as far as the Sahabas were present, as far as the companions were present, they would not let even a scratch come on the hands of bodies of the family of Imam Hussein, let alone Imam Hussein himself. But then all of them, by the time of Zohar, had been martyred. When they had been martyred, the children of Ahlul Bayt embraced each other. Now is our time. Now is our time. And as we say, the first one to go by many accounts is Hazrat Ali Akbar. After his martyrdom, when the children of Aqil, they were all martyred. Then came the time for the children of Imam Hassan. 4 of them, it is mentioned, 4 children were Karbala. Qasim is the one we always talk about. There's another one also whose name is Abdullah, which we'll talk on the day of Ashur, because he was one who was killed later on. Ahmad was another one who was there, and he was also martyred. Hassan Musanna, he fought and he fell down, and the army of Yazid assumed that he was dead, but he did not die. Therefore, after Ashura, he was taken to Kufa, and he survived, and he became one of the main narrators of what happened in Karbala. Qasim was that 13 years old. He said had not even reached the age of bulugh. Very young, very young. On the night of Ashur, when Imam Hussein had told them that tomorrow all of us will be martyred, or Habib, you will be martyred. Zuhair, you will be martyred. Muslim, you will be martyred. All of you will be martyred. Hassan's son, Qasim, was sitting just in front. He listened to all this. When he asked, uncle, what about me? What about me? Will I be given that honor of martyrdom? Imam Hussain looked at him and said, Qasim, tell me one thing first of all. What do you say of death? What do you think of death? He said, uncle, to me death is more sweet than honey. Imam then told me, Qasim, you and even your younger brother Ali Asghar, he will also be martyred. And Qasim asked, oh my uncle, in our life food, these people will come in our khayma. Imam says, no my son, they will come in our khayam after I will take Asghar and he will be martyred. Comes the day of Ashur, therefore he comes in front of his uncle. Uncle, my now let me go, let me go. Imam says, looks at him and says, oh my son, after Hassan, my brother, whenever I wanted to remember my brother Hassan, I would turn to you and I would look at you. You reminds me so much of my brother Hassan. Oh Qasim, jihad is not wajib for you, you are still not baligh. Oh Qasim, spare your life. He said, no uncle, let me go, let me go. Finally, it is said, historians write, Imam Hussain embraced him. Him and Qasim wept so much that both of them fell on the ground. Then Imam Hussain prepared Qasim. Muharram said that all those who went to fight, they were given a coat of arms. They were given special shoes that you wear to go and fight. But Qasim was so young that those armory, those coats of arms could not fit him. The shoes that he wore, it is saying, the buckles were not even tied. Imam Hussain dressed him, put a turban on his head, then tore the turban into two pieces. A part of it he let it hang on his shoulder, and part of it he put behind on his neck. Brothers and sisters, this is how a mayyat is dressed. Hussain ibn Ali addressed the Qasim as if he was going in his grave. And then it is said Qasim was so young and was short. Abbas ibn Ali lifted him and put him on the horse. Qasim then proceeded towards the battlefield. Hamid bin Muslim, who was one of the reporters who was sent by Yazid to write these reports, he writes this report. Mufid alayhi rahmah writes this in Al-Ishad. Hamid bin Muslim says, I saw a young man coming from the khayma of Imam Hussain. He was so good looking. His face looked like the splinter of a moon. It looked like and he moved towards the battlefield. I saw enemies surrounding him. Next to me was standing Umar ibn Saad. This is another Umar ibn Saad. Umar ibn Saad by the name, one of the persons standing there. He said, I will go and make life miserable for this young man. Hamid bin Muslim said, I told him, why would you want to do that? This is a young boy. See, he has been surrounded. They will kill him anyway. Why would you want to go? He says, no, I will go and make his life miserable. Amr ibn Saad goes in the battlefield. He hides as Qasim is doing mirage, as he is fighting. He goes behind and he strikes him on his head. with that striking on the head. Qasim cannot hold on to the horse. Then they started throwing arrows at him. As an arrow hits him, he calls out, Ya Amma, Adrikni, Adrikni. He is calling Imam Hussein. Muharram said there are certain things that Imam Hussein did on two occasions only. One was when Qasim called out, Imam Hussein moved towards the battlefield like a hunting bird. He moved very fast towards the battlefield, but he could not reach to Qasim. Why? Because the enemies had surrounded him and were hitting him from all sides. Therefore Imam Hussein had to fight, had to do battle to get to Qasim. As a result, horses from here were running thither and hither. There was so much of dust in the air that nothing could be seen. Hamid bin Muslim says, by the time dust had settled, I saw Hussein ibn Ali standing where the young boy was lying on the ground. The horses had trampled the body of Qasim. Imam Hussein reached when Qasim had already passed away. Imam Hussein stood next to Qasim's body and he told him, oh my son, it is very hard for your uncle. Why? Because you called me and I could not come to help you. Oh Qasim, by the time I came, you had already left this world. But oh my son Qasim, you have now been freed from the miseries of this world. And then it is said, Imam Hussein turned towards heaven, Ya Allah, those who are against us are so many, and those who are for us are few. Then Hamid bin Muslim says, Imam Hussein lowered himself, lifted the body of that young man. How did he carry him? He said the chest of Imam was with the chest of Qasim. And as he moved towards the battlefield, the body's legs were dragging on the feet. The question that is asked is Qasim was so short that Abbas ibn Ali had to lift him and put him on the horse. How come now the body is so long that Imam Hussein's chest of Qasim is with his chest and the legs are, they say, because the body had been flattened when it was trampled by the horses. Imam Hussein takes the body of Qasim, goes to that tent where Imam Hussein used to bring the bodies of those whom he could and liked, lay them down. It is said Imam Hussein, on his right side was the body of Ali Akbar, on his left he put the body of Qasim. He sat in the middle, he removed his turban. He took a handful of soil, of sand of Karbala. He put it on his head. Then he turned to, Ya Allah, I am left alone. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Matame Hussein.
हो गया मरना सितम अब्बास का